everyone, and welcome to the MSBA Board Report for the month of June. We thank you for the opportunity to share some news and information during a few minutes of your board meeting. We begin with a look at the recently concluded 2022 regular session of the Missouri General Assembly. Despite some proposed legislation that could have been detrimental to school boards and public schools, there were some significant positives, including a substantial increase in student transportation funding. It will be the first time since 1991 that the state's share of student transportation is fully funded. MSBA's Director of Governmental Relations, Brant Shields, tells us several bills aimed at school boards did not cross the finish line this year.
We worked on a lot of issues this year, specifically regarding school board member recall, moving school board member elections to November, and making school boards run on partisan tickets. There was some momentum out there, but really I think we got our message across that Missourians don't need more partisan politics involved in their school board elections. And I think we were very successful in getting that message across.
Shields says an education omnibus bill with more than 30 provisions, including changes to the way literacy is taught, and support for what's known as competency-based education was passed by the General Assembly. We will be providing you with more details on all the provisions of that bill. Shields says now that the session is over, it's still important for board members and administrators to stay in touch with legislators and candidates for the legislature during this election year.
Absolutely. I believe that our school board members definitely need to get involved with those who are running for office, because those who are running to represent you in Jefferson City need to know what the concerns and the issues that are going on in your community are. And the best way to find that out is through our school system. Schools are the heartbeats of our communities, and you all are their elected leaders. So please reach out to those who are running for office and get to know them, because when it comes time next year, when they're voting on important public education bills, they'll have the relationship with you, and you'll be able to talk to them about how those issues could affect districts in their hometown.
Shields says the advocacy work of school board members paid significant dividends during this year's legislative session. The legislature did address the issue of teacher pay this year by approving Governor Parson's recommendation to increase the baseline teacher salary from $25,000 to $38,000 a year through a matching grant program. Under the program, the state would provide local school districts with 70% of the salary costs needed to meet the new minimum starting salary, and local school districts would provide the remaining 30%. While that plan may be helpful to some school districts in the state, much more is needed to improve Missouri's low teacher salaries and help attract and retain teachers in our public schools. MSBA's immediate past president, Linda Doherty, says Missouri needs a sustainable plan for raising teacher salaries across the board.
Our state is facing a teaching shortage, and it will only continue to grow in the future if we do not find practical, sustainable solutions to increase pay for well-deserving teachers. Education is critical to the health of our communities. Teachers train and equip our students with the skills they need to enter the workforce. The workforce availability drives economic development within our state and creates jobs within our communities, which ultimately affects the quality of life for each of our students and families.
Doherty is the president of the NICSA Board of Education that recently passed a resolution urging the state to partner with Missouri's public schools to have the revenue needed to provide long-term sustained salaries for all teachers. A Blue Ribbon Commission, established by the State Board of Education, charged with developing recommendations to address teacher recruitment and retention challenges in Missouri, is beginning its work this month. MSBA past president Rhonda Gilstrap of Blue Springs is a member of that Blue Ribbon Commission. MSBA's positions on state and federal education issues are determined by the Delegate Assembly that will be meeting this coming November. If your school board has a position statement on an issue you would like to submit to the Advocacy Committee for consideration, you can do so this summer. The Advocacy Committee reviews those proposals and makes recommendations to the Delegate Assembly that determines MSBA's positions on issues. Make your plans now to attend the 2022 MSBA Annual Conference in cooperation with the Missouri Association of School Administrators, to be held November 3rd through 6th in Kansas City. The event will once again feature some outstanding general session speakers, along with a wide variety of concurrent sessions, many presented by school leaders from districts throughout the state. Registration information for the conference will be posted on the MSBA website. And don't forget the 2022 Safe Schools and Colleges Forum, sponsored by MSBA's Center for Education Safety, will be held this year on November 3rd in conjunction with the annual conference in Kansas City. Past and present members of local school boards can be nominated for the 2022 Paul Morris Community Service Award. This award is for those who have shown an outstanding commitment to local community service. Nominations will be accepted through Friday, July 1st, and the award will be presented at the MSBA Annual Conference. That's it for this month's edition of the MSBA Board Report. Thanks for allowing us to have some time at your board meeting, and so long from Columbia.